Hello everybody, I am the Monkey and I'm here today bringing you another speed painting video. Now, last one took like a few weeks, so I'm going to do something simple, which is just like focus on one singular character. I wish that was so. No. I pranked myself.
Hermanos, ayer fui al baño y luego vi un león aterrador ahí. Después de eso me escapé en mi baño y fui a buscar un cazador para cazar al león con su polla. Pero luego encontré...
Hello everybody, I'm the Monkey. Wait, didn't I already say that? Oh, whatever, who cares? And today, we're doing the 6 fan art challenge because I'm apparently a goddamn masochist. So, if you don't know what the 6 fan art challenge, it was, or maybe still is, a challenge on YouTube where somebody just draws like 6 characters from whatever in a little thing. Thing is, they did 6 and I did 9. Okay, so the characters we've got here are Deadpool, Alucard from Hellsing.
Can we watch something else? It's about to get really good. It's about to get really good. Trust me.
The best serial killer. I shouldn't know. The guy who needs more screen time. The best comic. Mega Man, the super fighting robot. And finally, Scorpion, one of the only characters that has not been ruined by the new trilogy. Fight me, I dare you, puss. Now, first, a moment of silence for the ones who didn't make it. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone. That was beautiful. So I'm just gonna start off with saying this is unscripted. So that's why I sound stupid a lot of the time. Alright, it's probably best to get into why I decided to draw Deadpool in the first place. Simple reason, I like drawing him, and I haven't drawn him in a while. You can do a lot of things with drawing Deadpool. You can decide to do it cartoony, you can decide to do it comic booky, you can decide to do it in whichever way you want to. I decided to go with a mixture of comic booky and cartoony. It didn't turn out great. You probably didn't guess that. The only cartoony things about him is with the eyes, which is just a staple of Deadpool at this point, and the thick outline with like the thin lines in. I don't know what to call them. Inlines? Whichever. If you can see that he's a bit bulky here, don't worry. I did re-anatomize him. I don't know if that's a word. But yeah, this one was a bit tough to do, I feel. But, oh great, we're already at the painting, the colouring. Long story short, don't use the paintbrush while you're in Clip Studio Paint, kids. That's my lesson. You better learn it or I'll break your legs. But yeah, I kind of also, if I would like to stroke my own ego a bit, I do think my shading and lighting was pretty good. Like, I did this with the mask because all the black bits in the film were kind of leathery and I wanted to show that off and I thought that was cool. So I did that. I didn't get to do a lot of big shadows, but you know, whatever. Not a lot of people like just harsh shadows on Deadpool. But yeah, my opinion on Deadpool as a character is that I like him. He can be used for a lot of good emotional stories. He's very funny, and I feel that he's looked down upon by a lot of the comic community who think that they are smarter than everybody else. But yeah, I like Deadpool, long story short. And here is the end result.
I'm grateful that the world still breathes such madness. Now, it's time to play, Alhambra!
Alright, number 2 out of the 9 is Alucard from the manga and anime Hellsing. Side note, if you're a child, don't watch Hellsing. It's not for you. But if you're an adult with rhino thick skin, yeah, you watch Hellsing. It's pretty good. It's mwah. But enough about that, we'll get into that later. Right now, my opinions on my drawing of him. If I'm entirely honest, I think this might be the worst out of the 9. I don't know, but like, yeah, it might be the worst out of the 9. Not that I regret anything about it. Well, I regret some things about it, but not that I think it's terrible. I just don't like some aspects. Some aspects are off. Like, I used the paint bucket. Like I said, don't use the paint bucket. Anatomy might be off in some places, like maybe like the sides, like the shoulders or something. Line work, it needs some work, like the thickness around the mouth was a bit bad. But I like some things, like the shading. I tried capturing my heavy shading, what I use on my like pencil to paper drawings. And I didn't like it at first, but then it grew on me, so that's something good. Also, I think I did a pretty neat job on the glasses once we get there. But yeah, it's alright. It's slightly disappointed by it, but it's not bad. I don't think it's that bad. So now it's time for me to talk about Alucard as a character. I think he's a pretty good character. I could stop there, but I'm gonna keep on going. Like, he's an overpowered character, but he's like one of the very few really good overpowered character where if he wasn't overpowered, the story would be significantly worse. Because him being overpowered complements the story, and him as a character, we get to see all sides of him. It makes him more believable. We get to see his savagery. We get to see his disappointment when he wins a fight. We get to see like respect for like the Hellsing organization and like a few enemies. And there's always like an underlying tragedy to him, which I will not spoil. So yeah, I feel he's a really good character. His personality's good, his vocals are good in the anime, watch the Ultimate, and yeah, the drawing's alright. Here's the final result. So the third one we have today is the turret from Portal. I just choked on my own saliva there, that wasn't good. But this one was more complicated than it probably should have been. I don't know why. It's such a simple shape, yet I overcomplicated it. I can't say... I don't know if it's just secretly complicated. I doubt it. But for some reason I had a hard time with it. It's stupid. If you're an artist and you've drawn turrets, I give you the card to call me stupid in the comments. I give you permission. I don't commonly do that, but it's not like I think it's bad or anything. I think this one's pretty alright, to be honest. Like, for once, I actually used the pen to colour in instead of the bucket, and that was a lot easier for me, because I don't have to make multiple layers or redraw some lines because the paint bucket is useless. But yeah, I got to. It was a lot easier. It was a bit of trouble trying to find the right shade, so it's white enough to be turrety, but not too white that I can't do anything with like the shading. Because I needed him to be like look like plastic, so I needed some lighting and some shading. So I needed to find like the right white, you get me? So yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say about the draw. Oh wait, no, like there was this one part with the eye. I used the tool. I think the eye turned out really well, really well. Okay, so now my opinion on like turret as, well, not a character, as like an enemy. Like, why did I pick the turret out of all the good characters in Portal? Why did I pick the turret? The answer slightly would be disappointing for somebody. It's just because I like the design. That's really it. I like the voices. I think they're cute. I'm a simple person. All right, I'm a simple person. So yeah, that's what I drew, and I think the drawing turned out pretty good.
So, who's the job?
So the fourth one we have today is Scud, the Disposable Assassin. Let me start off by saying, please make a Scud film. Make it 15 or R wherever you live, depending on it, and make it animated. Please, I beg of you. I will pay you to do it. Now we got that out of the way. I feel I'm really happy with this drawing. Like, there's some things wrong with it, but I'll get into that later. But I really like it because I feel it's like the successor to my Deadpool one, where I tried and failed to get a cartoonish art style out of Deadpool. But I really had to nail the cartoonish part for Scud, because Scud lives in a really weird and cartoonish world. So I really needed to, get that right. And I feel I did, with the thick outlines and the thin inlines of, I don't know what it's called, alright? I'm a bad artist, boy. Don't know what it's called. Like, and of course there's some bad things. Not bad, but things I could have done better. Like the broken heart emblem on his chest, I feel could have been bigger. And also some lines might not be the straightest. But you know what? I'm not the straightest line either. If you get what I say, funny. But yeah. Other than that, I think I did a fairly. Oh yeah, and the shading could be a bit better. Like I only like dulled down the intensity on the pencil and then just, went around it shading, quote unquote shading. But yeah, now that's out the way. Scud, read Scud comics. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite comics. Alright, just read Scud. If you're not into like really bizarre scenarios, maybe not read Scud. But if you're fine with like bizarre scenarios with like little hints of emotion and depth, please read Scud. If you're a Deadpool fan, you probably would really like Scud, because he lives in a wacky world. He's like the reverse Deadpool. He lives in a wacky world, but Scud himself is a down-to-earth person, like the exact opposite of Deadpool. So yeah, read Scud, and here's the final result. I'm happy with it. Alright, next up is Michael Myers from the Halloween series. And as previously mentioned in my podcast, plug. Listen to my podcast. It's pretty good. I think I mentioned in my podcast, the one what Nightbreed guest starred in. Nightbreed's a great guy, you should watch him. I think I mentioned that like Halloween is my favourite horror film, and that still stands through. So it's basically a no-brainer that I was going to draw him. But yeah, there's some few problems I had here, and I had to work around. Like the line work was pretty bad, to be honest. Like it was all good in the face, but on the shirt it was all weird, inconsistent. I tried fixing it up. My memory has left me, so I can't remember how well I did. But one thing I did really like was the little blood splatters I did. I really like that. Right, it makes him look like he's just came out of a killing spree and he's all dirty and grimy. I was gonna put like little dirt splatters everywhere, but like, I think blood's enough. You don't need to make him all dirty and grimy as well. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about the drawing itself. It's pretty good. I like it. So I'll move on to Michael as a character. What I think of him as a character. It's kind of hard to talk about him as a character because he doesn't have one, and that's the point. He's called the Shape for a reason. I know I probably don't have to say that, but you'll be surprised how many people miss the point.
Too bad that didn't kill me.
You can, like, I'm not saying you don't have to hate, like, Halloween, but if you call him, like, emotionless and dull, that's the point. So yeah, I like him. He's a good slasher, my favourite slasher. And I kind of like this drawing. Here's the final result.
I see now. I'll teach you a lesson by breaking you. This will show you what it means to be dignified and behave like a hero!
Alright, considering there's not really much to say about this one, I will have to point out I did take very heavy influence from this. I can't just go, oh, it was coincidence, because that's not true. This was my reference drawing, and I feel I took a bit too much from it. But, you know, I still feel it's still partly mine, but I don't feel right just saying, oh, it's all mine. It was never anybody else's. Right, it's partly this. So yeah, there's not really a lot to go over in this drawing. I like the shading, what I've done. It's like improved where my problems lie with Scud. I like how I presented his power. I did mess up the colour of the buttons, oops. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Him as a character now. Now, I really like him as a character. He's not got a load of screen time yet, but I feel he will. He's such an interesting character in his beliefs and ideals and personality. He's very refined and zealous. He pushes his beliefs into basically anything, like how he gate carded the exam so some students wouldn't get a hero's license, rather than, you know, him actually working to get a hero's license himself. And even though he adamantly refuses it, he's got a lot of inspiration from the hero killer Stain, which is an interesting idea. So yeah, he's a good character. Here's the final result of the drawing. Alright, Hellboy is probably my favourite comic ever. So I really had to get this right. I'm glad to say, I think I did. I think it's the best one out of, you know, these 9. Like, and I would like to explain how I did it, but if I'm entirely honest, I think I did it by accident. It sounds silly, but I'm fairly certain I didn't really. It was pretty much all by accident. But regardless, I really like how it turned out. I really like the lighting from the cigarette. I tried dotting it around his hair on his horn. I thought it came out really well. The shading behind the neck is great. I kind of wish this was last, because it's like a combination of all what I've learned through doing this, but it ain't, and then I just kind of digress. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, but yeah, it's really good. I really like the shading on it. I need to. I'm rewatching this, and I'm trying to figure out how I did it, and I'm just saying, like, how did I do it so well? I really like it. I don't know how I did it though, and it's bothering me. And also, I think I have to mention this here. Hellboy is probably my favourite comic, as I've mentioned just before. So I'm not gonna really go through what I love about it in this bit. I can't really describe it. If I'm gonna do like a video on Hellboy, talk about Hellboy, it's gonna be in like an hour-long video essay. But all you need to know is I'm really happy with this. Well, actually, the abs were a bit of kind of hard to do, and yeah, and yeah. Oh, and the smoke, and yeah, it's good. Here's the final result. Now we're on the second to last one, Mega Man. This is nearly done. I can't believe it, to be honest. I can't believe it. But yeah, with Mega Man, it's not my favourite one. It's not. I feel I just kind of digressed to the shading what I did, which is good. Why, it's not very complicated. I messed up the colours on the helmet first, which was a bit silly of me. I should have known it was something off, but my brain just didn't click until I looked up a reference image, and I was like, oh, that was terrible. Oh boy. But yeah, I fixed it, so yeah, but yeah, it's not terrible by any means. I still like a few things about it, but it's just not my favourite in the slightest. So yeah, now I move on to Mega Man as a brand. If I got a gun pointed to my head, I was asked by somebody, alright, who do you prefer, Mario, Sonic or Mega Man? I'll probably say Mega Man, alright, like, it's, the gameplay of Mega Man is just fantastic. His character design is amazing. Mega Man Zero, even though not including the traditional Mega Man, is probably one of my favourite games. But yeah, I just really like Mega Man, and I feel he's very underappreciated in the gaming, community, and he deserves more love. Give love to Mega Man. But yeah, I like it. Here's the final result. And now we've come to the end of these 3 or so months of me doing this, wasting my life with Scorpion. And let me sum up my experience drawing Scorpion. Yeah, he was a nightmare to do. Like, it's mostly my fault that he was a nightmare, but he was a nightmare. Like, first, that stupid chain, I eventually just gave up wrapping it around his arm and just went, screw it. Scorpion's a magical dude, he just has it in his hand. Right? And, some poor anatomizing choices, like that leg, that goddamn leg. That leg, let me tell you, that leg was the worst thing in human history. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but it might not be. Like, yeah, I sketched, in the sketching phase, I sketched it out really badly. So some problems with it. 1, it was too skinny. 2, it was too short. 3, it was pointing in the wrong direction. It was horrible. Ugh, I hated it. But, you know, I think it turned out alright. I like what I did with the blood. I probably should have done, like, more scratches or bruises to show that he's came out of a fight. I like what I do to show the heat on the blade. I like the shading. I tried doing some more dark shades, and it may not have turned out great, but it looked alright. I think I feel it turned out alright. So yeah. Now to say what I think about him and to add context to what I mean at the beginning. He's probably one of the only characters who has stayed pretty good in the new Mortal Kombat trilogy, because, well, first he's not just became stupid like Shao Kahn or pointless like Ermac, and he still feels like Scorpion. And him and Sub-Zero are like this, like, feel the same. So anyway, here's the final result. I hope you like it. Okay, so now that this whole drawing thing is over, let's you know, do a little update for you all, because you're good viewers. Mwah. Alright, first things first, why did this take so long? A multiple of reasons, to be honest. First, I'm lazy. Second, I went on holiday. Third, I had to edit some podcast episodes. And fourth, I'm gonna be real with you. Quarantine ain't been good for my confidence, so I've kind of been putting this off, alright? And my anxiety's gonna pop up later on in this update, but yeah, I've kind of prolonged this, but yeah. Next thing! Sorry about that. Next thing is that this thing will serve as a new stance, like a new start maybe for my channel. You see, this is where I want to take my content. Longer videos, taking a longer time with more advanced editing, but unlike this one where it's just a long stretch of my podcast and basically nothing else. This will include in between, like, videos, little memes, little smaller videos to fill up the time, you know, little smaller things to tide you over. And to signify this change, I'm gonna get a new icon and banner. And if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, you already seen the icon, and you know it is fantastic. Thank you, I made it myself. Also, partly changing it because some child has the same name and a similar icon, and so people don't get confused, I think it's best that I change my icon. But also, I am not afraid to sue a child. And I finally pushed. I'm just gonna do what I was doing on RH Top, which is just talking about films, comics, video games, anime, whichever, on this channel. I finally broke. I don't know what I'm gonna do on RH Top, but it might be like behind the scenes things. Still gonna do the lists, little memes.
Again? Seriously?
And maybe, like, me working on my comics or something. Next thing, here's a list of up and coming videos. You see I got a multiple part video essay on My Hero Academia. A couple of reviews of, more YouTube artists and pilots. I got a lot of things. Especially excited for that, like, disrespect artists get online video. That one's probably going to be the shortest and quickest to do. Oh yeah, and also making fun of chills. That's probably going to be a bit of fun.
In other penis-related revenge news, this dude's underpants were literally set aflame in response to his infidelity.
And finally, the final big thing is that I'm gonna use an avatar from that one. Like I said, quarantine has done a number on my confidence, and I don't have any confidence in my face anymore. So yeah, use avatars. I'm gonna work on it. Maybe even do a little funny thing for the disrespect artist gets videos with maybe a joke of developing my avatars during the video. Alright, it's good. So yeah, that's all I've got to say for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking here. That's actually really appreciated. Also, thank you to Wide Eye. He's been huge help these last few months. Without like doing the podcast every month, this channel would be dead. 100% would be dead. So I have to thank him for that. So if you're new, please subscribe. I ain't forcing you to it, but I am. Crap, I've forgotten to say the likes and the comments to artificially increase the revenue, which I don't have. So yeah, thank you. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time, I guess, when I make another video in the comfort of my own home. Bye.
キラークイーン見えているのはそれだ。キラークイーン第3の爆弾のスイッチもすでに作動している。